You know, I was just thinking, hey, how'd that guy die? And now we know. Alright, let's open the hold. Surely there's someone spooky in here. Or is it just water? Alright, come on, man. Alright. Get some early swipes on you. Whew. I'm gonna reload. Ah, what? We're just gonna switch it over. That was just a little whoopsie on my part. I clicked bad. Sorry, everyone. That's super loud. Good lord, everything is wrong today. Okay, hi. Move things out of the way. There we go. Okay. Cool. Hey everyone, how's it going? What? Where did my... What? Okay, that was weird. Everything is going weird. Oh lord. Up to and including me. How's it going? Gonna be honest, it was a little touch and go tonight. Because my insides feel weird. In a hard to describe way. So we'll see. Things might have to end early. You know. We will see. Thankfully it's not a high energy game that we're gonna be playing. My insides feel weird. You got worms when you were out east? Maybe. Boom. Yeah, maybe. We'll find out one way or another. It could have also been the fact that I ate the cup of noodles s'mores today. I recorded the video for that. Maybe my body just really, really fucking hates it. You know? Who knows? Who knows? But regardless, we're here now. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll be fine. Or maybe I won't. We're doing it live. That's the important part. But as a result of that, I am just kind of all out of sorts. So we're gonna see. Anyways, how's it going, Dancer? How's it going, Nino? Sorry, I'm just trying to get things set up here. Wait, gotta turn that off. There we go. Tolerable. You're at the melancholy point of summer. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you get an annual melancholia dancer in mid-August? It's very specific. What are you melancholic about? Did that work? Hold on. Dickfinity's done some stuff. Okay, that's live now. There we go. Okay, cool. Now everything should be hunky-dory. Well, except for me and my insides. Your body's too tired to do all the things I committed to at the start of summer. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Where was I for this top, right? That was the good position, I think. Oh, look at that. It's actually capturing. Continue. I don't remember what the hell we were doing. I got to day 3. Or did I? Yeah.
The door is closed. Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it.
No.
The murmur in your ears recedes slowly.
No, absolutely not. Punching holes in doors. I barely afforded my room that I trashed.
Yes?
Who's all this then?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she
Oh.
notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
Thank you for that stunning delivery there, Kim.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes over her.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
Okay.
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Whoa, buddy. Look at you. Don't you dare come talking to me about being a deranged lunatic.
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out for...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
Okay. Hey, bud.
Like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I'll be honest.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
Okay, so this guy is cool. He stands there like a statue, an angry statue, and he does not like you.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Okay, so he's not one of yours.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Okay, come on, 83%.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Oh, shit. Are we from the 57th or the 41st? Oh, man. Hold on. Can I look at my crap real quick? Is there anything? This guy's an asshole and I don't feel like screwing up in front of him. 41. Haha.
Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Okay.
Okay. Hypothetical 41. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. I'm not busy. You're not busy. Let's just play around.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
No, this is the golden retriever answer.
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off. When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
You're not going to believe this, but police officers, yes sir, solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
But what if we are?
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by the sunglass.
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Okay.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Exactly.
He didn't answer your question.
No. 'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Oh. Oh, boy. Okay. The tone he just took on there is one of the most infuriating things to me. That specific when someone does that false nicety voice with the sarcasm layered into it, just it's so fucking disrespectful. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like instantly puts me into a rage.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well,
Oh, he's wearing a wig.
I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Oh my god.
Okay.
Watch out for your...
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence.
Okay,
Oof.
man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably... Yes, just cross...
All right.
Again? I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay?
Jean, he said okay.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind.
Okay. Alright. Why are you here? Are you literally just here to watch me fuck around? Because, like, do you not have something better to do?
Oh, hello, dear.
Yeah, that's all I have for you.
Can I help you? Got the 20 rand. Good.
There we go.
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Okay, good. That's paid. So we don't gotta deal with that.
The man ponders his cooking. You see a heavy...
Okay, still can't open the door. Who's this person?
Hi, gendarme.
Oh!
The rendezvous. Hello, hello. So what brings you here? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
Hi, Chucky.
Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Nothing. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No.
Okay.
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
Yeah, okay.
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? You did. And how did you like him? I told you he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return. To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays.
Man, we're being real cagey now, huh?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme?
Okay, come on. Come on.
Could he
Woo!
be a member of the homosexual underground?
Is this an underground thing? Hold on.
Homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Nah, I'm cool, man.
I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night. Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of the last things people in Revachol have to hold on to.
I like this guy.
Symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore. But do you also like the razzle-dazzle of gold? Do you like parties and discos and having fun under the vibrant lights of Saturday night? Because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Mysteries of sexual nature, very esoteric. And disco music and drugs. Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay, so I can't talk to that guy. Do I have anything? Hold on. Do I have anything useful? So, Okay, we gotta talk to Joyce. Okay, we found armor, though. We got the boots. Farm. Okay, we gotta do authority with the dude. I guess send Kim away. Maybe I'll do that in the evening. Oh, I can open the water lock now. Right. Or close it. Sorry. Okay, we don't actually have a lot to go on right now, so... First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go talk to Joyce. You're lurking? Listening in, enjoy your thoughts. Thanks, Max.
You're back.
Thank you for the lurk.
Good. What can I help you with? Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't really matter. And I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
No, it shouldn't.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
I can't make that kind of decision. I don't even know who I am.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing land, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page.
Is it? Okay, that's good to know.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Well, one has deteriorated all the way to death.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
Okay, that does align with what we've heard from others.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
Well, okay.
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining
Thank you for the
2
follow.
contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Throwing question marks on that one. As soon as I see a name with numbers at the end, I get suspicious.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Wait, that's a real person. Hi, Jewel Place. It's been a while. How have you been? Good. Jewel of Curiosity, are you the Jewel from TikTok? Or a different Jewel? You are. Oh, hello. Hi, welcome. How have I been? I've been alright. I'm out of sorts today. My insides feel weird. As I mentioned at the top of the stream. But I'm okay for the moment. A little tired. But surviving. How have you been, Jewel? Oh no, it's fine. I'm pretty sure I just ate something weird, and it's just my body's a little unimpressed with me. But I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. There's nothing to do but ride it out, right?
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all
Also,
of
my
the
camera's not
Union
following me.
militants.
What are you doing, camera? There we go. You going places? Oh, what kind of places? Oh, I was in Halifax last week? Week before? I don't remember. What even is time?
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide
S'mores
a
cup of
single,
noodles
concrete
is starting to
suspect
come alive
before
inside me. Yeah.
mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
That doesn't seem great. You like Edmonton and stuff? I've never been to Edmonton.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath. Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the Citizens Militia.
Hey now. Hey now.
All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I would be dealing with a group like Crenel. I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. The remaining contractors, their tribunal, that the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinet.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching.
Yes, we have.
Where did it take place? And when?
Yes, we have.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags,
Yeah.
the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics
He
too.
said, I'm going to kill all of you, and then you assaulted a woman.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And I'm making assumptions that it's the 8th Hardy person.
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty
Oh,
is
interesting.
the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese.
What is this game about?
Abyssinian, maybe.
That's a good question, Jewel.
His injury gave him an accent all his own.
Ostensibly, this is a point-and-click kind of adventure game with various stats. So, like, if I pull this up real quick, there's like 4 main stats, and these are all kind of checks that can be done in them. Yeah, so it's that style of game. I was sent here to meet up with this other guy, Kim, who's in my party, to investigate a murder, lynching, the thing that she's talking about. And I am a fucking mess. I woke up and I don't even remember my name. I've apparently been absolutely 3 sheets to the wind until like we started this game. I didn't have a shoe for the whole first day I was playing the game. So we're trying to solve this mystery and also sort of figure out who the hell we were or are. And we have a whole bunch of voices talking in our head that are like different aspects of us, if that makes sense. We're having a real existential crisis while we try and solve a murder. But I've actually gone into this game very blind. So like going into the game, all I knew was I was a detective and I wasn't in a good place. That's all I knew kind of coming into the game. So yeah, it is very interesting, and I know it is super highly regarded. I think it has like a 91 on Metacritic. So yeah, it is a very narratively heavy game though. So if that's not your bag, then maybe you won't like it. But I'm enjoying it.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
That sounds good. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. So at the beginning of the game, you get to pick your stats. There was a randomized button, so I asked chat, hey, I'm just gonna click the randomized button, how many times should I do it? The answer was 37. So I clicked it 37 times, and we ended up with this. So I'm an idiot, and I'm not very strong, but I'm pretty emotive, and I have really good reaction time. So I've dubbed this the Golden Retriever build. and I'm trying to answer it like that. The one thing I'm not leaning into is, like, this game definitely has aspects of your own personality that, like, would really like for you to continue drinking and doing drugs, and I am just leaning the character away from that. You stand by that 37 was the correct number of times? Yeah, the answer was great. It was a perfect number. I'm not leaning into that particular aspect. It's just not how I want to play this game.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Logic. Okay, can I circle back on this? Hey, someone who's played Disco Elysium, like, can I come back to this check, or is this like a I just have to do this now kind of thing? Like, I know I can't retry it, but can I go through this same conversation tree and get this check again once I've, swapped my clothes around to give me a better chance? No one knows. Somebody knows. Is Eno still here? Eno would know.
That's wise. Our goal is they've gone to grab.
Okay, hold
They
on.
don't have the same.
Vigilantes. You're
You're likely.
Okay, I can come back to it.
Wise.
Okay.
Our goal until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask. Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence, she wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
How poetic.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the
interesting.
Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Huh.
The sailor's soul would use it to fly.
That's
out
actually pretty
places,
fucking cool.
fly abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
The times have changed. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Preto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Preto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnese Islands, then this, Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Islary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is
This is
writing
weird.
in a letter
However, once in a while, it
business.
just tells me what cops are
Rows and
doing.
rows of days and weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation. In Martinez looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos. His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
That's a fair choice.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's it for now. Okay, what do we get? We're gonna have to find them and deal with that. Alright. Now we're going to fix the waterway. Close or open, whichever, the gate. And I should at least be able to talk to the cryptozoologist. What good that does me, I don't know. Where even was that? Down here, right? Oh. Gentlemen.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. The water lock starts moving.
Yay! I did it.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked. But
Focus on one thing. Achieve it.
Sure. So then we crossed over. Like immediately. Ooh, money. Okay. Can't open that. Alright, can't get in there yet. Those look like bottles to me. Why can't I pick them up? I got a bag. See some footprints. Yeah. What's in here? Almost got enough for another night's sleep. Yeah, perfect. I found a tape. Means I can sing. God, the music in this game is so, like, ethereal. Nice. Ooh, fuel canister. Perfect. Money. Money. Hooray! I officially made it another day.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there in the icy water. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalwork. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely
I'm
investigate.
gonna be honest, I don't remember the tire tracks in Martinez. But okay.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Ooh, monkfish.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sure. It's only 9 o'clock.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter.
Yes, it does. Let me think about it.
I'm gonna try and whistle.
Spit flies from your mouth to your mustache, your chest. No
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
Oh, necktie. Never
The
change.
lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
That's right. Just keep at it. It will come to you.
I love the patience Kim has for our bullshit.
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing.
Man, our morale is so good, and we have so much recovery for it.
30 minutes have passed.
Jesus Christ.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
This is my fucking car. Right? Obviously, this is my goddamn car. It's my car.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
I can't tell if Kim doesn't know, or if he's just leading me to the precinct.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, he did. Okay, great. Thanks, dude.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this. I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
So metal.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
People, yes, but not you.
Mm-hmm.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my Kinema.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Oh, man.
There is also a fourth thing you've lost. More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
Man, I sure hope there wasn't a passenger with me. Gosh, I sure hope there wasn't a passenger with me. Because fuck me, this is grim.
Let's go.
These are my footprints, I guess. Hey, I found my identification. Commander's jacket. I was a commander? Pulse on shivers, visual calculus. I'm gonna put that on. Yeah, I got some stuff I can sell at least.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a word. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad. A pawn shop would have a tape player. A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
At least something good came out of all this.
Hooray!
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information.
We found a litter of dead puppies in the passenger seat.
Of the street grid
Oh, dear.
of Rivershore West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
The stank on that different was good.
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. Not strange at all. Your name is Harrier Dubois, like it says on your police badge. It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
All right.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Oh, that's actually really fun information to know.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank.
Oh, interesting.
In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
It's interesting that they kind of mark them like that.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
Okay.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach,
Oh,
you're
thank
doing
God.
good police work.
Thank God, Kim.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught
So
between.
yeah, something obviously happened
like a
to me
fly,
between now and 10 years
it
ago.
reads.
Which leads me to think that something happened to my partner.
That's just the serial number.
Like my
Revachol,
life partner.
Hamrock, Precinct
My
4,
other partner
some
is being an
numbers,
asshole
for good
in
measure.
the bar.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
Oh. Did I fall apart in 4 months then?
A lot can happen in 4 months,
Okay.
especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you.
Jeez, man, we declined.
I remember that time. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. he knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. The badge in your hand.
Okay, cool.
Yes?
So that's logic, and that's Inland Empire. Okay. So obviously, footprints go that way. Thank you. Yeah, another bookmark. Or another, not bookmark, postcard. Ooh, a bow tie. +2 to drama. Nice. Okay, just gonna poke around here for a little bit. I mean, we are slowly following the footsteps. Well, they end up out there, huh? Wait, what? Quick travel? Hold the fucking phone. Hold the goddamn fucking phone. Alright. Okay. Yeah. I'll take some quick travel. There you go. Also locked. Interesting. Yeah. Money. Kingdom of Conscience. What is that? What's the Kingdom of Conscience? Moralist pants. Oh, interesting. Okay. Bunch of lads we'll talk to in a minute. Okay, so that leads all the way to there. Okay. Oh my god, do I have to go all the way around? Why?
You stop mid-step and put your hand on the garish necktie.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle! You should care. I'm getting a very special vibe from that bottle. Please go talk to him. I need to look at it.
What bottle? Okay.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail! Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse.
Don't call Abigail!
The man hiccups, then mumbles something. He snorts and beckons you to lean in.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail. Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Abigail?
Poor guy.
Hey, tequila.
Idiot Doom Spiral. Okay.
Good to see.
These guys are all named like characters from Paradise
How's
Killer.
the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the high concept reality based adventures proceeding?
I guess we know these gentlemen.
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
I know what you mean. Sitting around with these bums, you really get to know the nitty-gritty of reality.
I love how fucked up his portrait is.
Good. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity.
We are saving the world.
Please. Please don't go. Don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. You're Tequila Sunset. We've met before. Don't you remember?
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Yeah, man.
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
You think you feel bad now. Wait till you've heard the story.
Yeah, dude, sure. Let it rip.
You need the wisdom.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth. Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
All right. This is just a good bit of writing. I like this.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
That corroborates with other stories.
The
Go on.
lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
This guy is shockingly, addictive for someone who's been day drinking.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real
I will.
commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
It's true.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!"
Maybe I should be wearing the drama bow tie.
So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things." After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
No, good news. I recovered that.
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on. I'm not sure. I think you were the event. Tequila Sunset. You know, as opposed to a tequila sunrise, which is long gone. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother. Ours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on.
Yeesh.
How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short
I don't think he
while, you
means that in the
crossed
carnal
your
way.
horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
Yeesh.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Be curious to know the total length of voice lines compared to similar games. Yeah, this game has a shitload of voice acting.
It's not
In it.
meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve. You kept apologizing
Sad cop.
for being such a bad cop, and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
Yeah, so we're pretty hard into sorry cop, but also good cop, bad cop, interestingly.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really. Are you... Booze! Did you already forget our party? So,
Okay.
have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call up.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator.
Mm-hmm.
Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm. But the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours. It did. With my trusty Sansariq tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer
Which
the
I
world.
assume is what you're wearing right now.
But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, okay.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly. Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office. I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung
I mean,
up
this is all very
to
unfortunate,
explain the situation.
but I'm curious how he goes from this bad situation to here.
People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Better than buying a box
I
of
don't
lingerie and an edible strap-on.
Especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there.
Yeah.
But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day.
Okay,
Anyway,
fine.
long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years.
Wait.
And my girlfriend
What?
left me because she didn't want to date a
Hold on. What?
The company, well, you see. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would...
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
This seems like a dick thing to say to a man who's already on the outs.
Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high-concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sansariq Lycra tracksuit. You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one. Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracks? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice
I don't understand how, like, oh, I lost the key to my apartment, and therefore everything is ruined forever. Like, what?
Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room.
Terrible
Our
name.
concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy.
None of this is helping me
clients
solve
were
a case, I
happy.
acknowledge.
I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic
I don't care.
is how you get ahead. What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before?
No.
Go on.
You really shouldn't touch it.
No thanks.
That might be the right idea. This here is one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly. Can't get it anymore. It was too primo, even...
Wow,
Okay.
you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosemary. We're right next to the bay. You... My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're...
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call up a guy.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together. Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out.
Where'd you lose it,
If
bud?
I knew where I lost it. Don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market. Somewhere north of here, that's for sure.
Okay.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
Bye.
You too.
And just because we're already here.
See you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real.
300.
Speed. And
See? There it is, Bratushka! The spirit! Let's buy the spirit! It's our end game! Bratan, you don't understand! It's not just another drink! This is what our relationship has been building towards all these years! This is the climax, the mystery, the virginal sigh! You have to buy it from him! Get it off him!
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary. Suspiciously, he knows something is going on. In your head.
see, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Uh-huh.
You know what's crazy, actually?
He's finding it difficult to focus his water.
What?
Never mind,
Oh,
man.
yes. In the
Okay.
civilized...
Alright, now let's talk to children. Greetings, fellow children.
Little boy, the other one, looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
I'm sorry I'm saying that.
I am. Now, how about some...
Okay. Hello, old lady.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Sure, let me just blast you in the face with this light.
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
Yeah, alright.
Oh,
I trust the old lady.
welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet. Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
Alright.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. They might not look like much, but they are ours. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small...
This is
town.
interesting. I can save money.
Easy and
Can I
cheap.
come back and do this later?
Aye.
If I run out of money?
The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. Go ahead. Call people rude things. We've heard, suit yourself. But should you ever need shelter,
Good.
remember old Isabel and her shack by the sea.
Hell yeah, Isabel. Here's the fucking real deal. When I run out of money tomorrow, I will be back.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the Pox. An old military hospital and its surroundings.
Ooh.
Or it used to be. During the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium garden. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
Oops.
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they are away right now.
Okay.
And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find. She nods, rinsing another piece of...
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea.
Oh.
It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Interesting.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something.
I like how, like, what's down the shore? This thing. What else is down the shore? Also this thing. What else is down the shore? These other things. There's a lot of stuff.
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young. And so was everyone. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If
No,
used
not
to
okay.
be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question, man.
Aye. Laundry fetchers are some of the most honorable people I know. Are you getting a reward for it at least?
No.
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge?
In fact, he does.
None of my business. Anyhow,
Okay.
you might ask Lillian.
Okay. Take that. Okay.
Hi, officer.
Lillian, the net pecker, eh?
Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me net picker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the
Sorry.
ice.
Cool sword.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better.
Do it!
Jesus
It's
Christ.
on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Oh my god, this game sometimes.
Remarkable. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core. That's sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are. If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any. Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. 2 old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snowmen, all don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, well,
Cool,
how can I
okay.
assist you then, officer? Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take...
Okay. Ooh. Got some wellies. Okay. Ooh. Now, where the hell is the boardwalk? There's the church. So I guess we need to go this way. Ah, here we go. Oh, okay, that's the end of the map, it seems like. Oh, hold on. I see a person. Hello, up there. Oh, hey, here we go. Okay. So those are the dudes I was looking for. Trying to get my bearings a little bit here. Magnesium. Man, I have so much morale fixing. In fact, I'm going to take one of those right now.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency...
You need to see those sunglasses? Yeah, give me a second to answer.
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much.
Okay, visual calculus. Alright, we'll circle back on that. Alright, glasses. Perception. What are my other glasses? I'll put on my nerd glasses for now. Anything else for visual calculus? I think I'm wearing my most visual calculusly stuff right now. Expecting something more ostentatious? Me too, honestly.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across, unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis. The scattering of bullet holes looks like one...
I have so many skill points. Let's jump one into visual calculus. Which still isn't probably going to help.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall.
Oh dear.
Them. A dozen at least.
This is grim.
Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. The sun blazes high up in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon.
Man, I'm extrapolating an awful lot from bullet holes.
Time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations. As demonstrated by the height level of the bullet, they stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or ordinary people. Familiar, each and every one of them. Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could even have been the employees of the Feld R&D Center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionary.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a common...
A cold sea.
Okay. Grim. +2 to logic. Alright. I like that. Guess that's all for this building. This looks like it was the old arms building that like nobody can get into. Oh, it's a box. $1.15 in it. Hot damn.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water. Nothing. Just a hunch.
Oh man. Did I miss out an opportunity to find something in the reeds? I will talk to these guys. I'll get to them. I want to go up here first. It's the church. It's the boardwalk.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white.
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders.
Someone checks. It's my first save of the day, huh? Yikes. Okay.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
How the hell do you know that?
People realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
Mm-hmm.
What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
I recognize this guy's voice.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent rooms. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Interesting.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel, lighting up the...
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about... They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Oh yeah, that thing.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library... I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant. Exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century heart. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center in
The what now? The Vumpty Dumpty Dome Center?
And we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith.
Okay, getting to it, man.
Did he just say Wumpty?
Thank you, game. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. Like it's the most What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Redefort, and
come
are
on.
in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary... But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing. Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident. But of course, what else?
Okay.
So, thanks to you.
Well, I mean, I got some experience out of that. Oh, now you autosave. Okay, so we've made it to the church. Is that the coat?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing.
Touch it.
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a sock
Take a look.
streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of...
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
Good. We found his thing. Hell yeah. Super nerd glasses. What's out here? He doesn't look so good. In fact, he looks distinctly not good.
The smell. It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still... Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly... Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it.
Wait, mayonnaise and ketchup?
Wedge. The wrapper reads
on
Shish Kebab Revachol.
On a kebab?
It's no older than a day. It's hard to concentrate. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken. contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading.
Well, that's something.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body.
Do we?
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Okay.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
So is this a freak accident?
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Man, being high scoring in empathy really just makes this whole game that much more sad.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Aw, man.
True. It feels disrespectful. Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you...
This is an omen. A sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
Well, at least you're not married.
Or, what if you are?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
I mean, it seems unlikely, but I also am stupid, so...
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies.
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
Yes, but I just wanted to make it clear it's not a sequence killer, okay? Oh, yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mikey and Emma. Let them know we are taking the case.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side
From
reads,
Jamrock.
Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller.
Okay, I don't need
Most
to hear all
of
those.
these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005.
Good.
Okay.
We should give them a call from Mikey and Emma. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea.
Okay. Well, rip in peace, dude. Man, this game is just sad. Like, it's just sad, you know? Okay.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to...
Does it work?
You hear the tone.
Honestly, kind of shocked. Oh god, all the poles have stuff in them. I mean, this is awesome. So this is the church. Wait, what was that? Oh, I've leveled up. Okay. Money. Okay. What's up here? Okay. The rocks have money. What the fuck is this? Engine? Oh, recently discarded. Huh. Okay. Okay, this place is really big. Ooh, a shirt. Ooh, new or differenter tie. Okay. Oh god, gotta go all the way around again? Alright. Okay, let's go in the mystery hole. I know I should check out the church, but...
Old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
This is the gun store or whatever.
A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Interfacing, you say? I have 1 point to interfacing. It's basically impossible. This door's plot locked. Okay. Alright. I like how we've done absolutely nothing for the story. Been wandering around all day. I've done literally nothing to do anything useful with the story.
Doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. Nothing happens, only the sound of...
I don't think that's going to work.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the throat. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine would fit together seamlessly. It's old too, cut and carved many centuries ago. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door The lock is a door. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting. So you see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth.
Okay.
You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
The X's make it dead.
And uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least.
Well, it's my sticker now.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way. Yes, the pulsing base. An indication of junior delinquency.
The what and the where now? Why can't I have the leopard print? Ooh. Okay, so it's over there. So can I get over there? God, this map is fucking huge, man.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you.
So should you. I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features.
Hey, do you have my
some
gun?
masculinity below that timidness.
Because that would be wicked convenient.
Okay, it's Berger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Go on.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
Oh.
Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sure. Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the old headphones?
My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Anyway,
Right, they're sampling.
I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden. The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible. Like a warm...
Oh, I'm sorry. I ruined your day.
The wave of chill. The quivering jaw. Indications of a drug.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's...
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent. Go ahead. Recording, I think.
What happened to the old headphones?
The musicians in the... Anyway, I don't really...
She looks at the shop.
Take this.
No, man.
It's okay.
I'm good with the hat thing.
Maybe you were right about the hat. Go ahead. It's supposed to become, like, except that... Yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic...
Secret task complete. Oh, I didn't even know I had a secret task.
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through it.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well... Maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it.
Sure, dude.
Inside that thing there.
Oh, yeah. That seems like something important.
Was there something else? No. Not really, no. It's Noids. Yeah, I guess you could say that. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, I'll go ahead. Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do. Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people east of the river. Bet they like it that way.
You keep them rich.
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager. You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. Is this a rhetorical question?
Faubourg, not in Faubourg. It's a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world. We are at Jamrock, sort of. Martinez is called North Jamrock sometimes. Jamrock is also a ghetto, only smaller than Faubourg.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. get my party on.
That's why it's a secret. I mean, fair enough, you know. I'm not going to
Go
pass
ahead.
judgment there. Empathy. Okay.
Okay.
Do I have clothing that can do empathy? I don't actually know that I do. Nope, I have negative empathy.
Hello again.
We'll take a crack at it.
The device is cold to the touch.
Okay.
A pane of Eternite has barely holding it up. It could fall over any...
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls
Yes,
into
please.
the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Now we don't have to go around.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader.
Absolutely.
We barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
All right, fine. Be a square, Kim.
I'm
It's
sure
fine.
you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Judgy. All right. So that being said, we are going to call it here for tonight. Because it's past midnight and I am tired. Because my insides, they feel less bad, but it exhausted me. So we're going to call it here. I like how I discovered a whole new area, poked around, did a whole bunch of stuff, and have done absolutely nothing for the case. Though I assume the church is going to factor into it in some way. Like there's weird people poking around with that, and that seems important. So hopefully, you know, that'll factor into it. But we won't find out until tomorrow. That's gonna do it for me tonight. So, with that all being said, I'm gonna retire because yeah, I gotta get to bed. Oh, but yeah, there we go. A lot of sideways progress. I'm sure it'll all make sense eventually. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. So, I'll be back tomorrow with more Disco Elysium, and hopefully we'll make some actual story progress. Again, I'm sure all this factors in some way, but I don't know how yet. So first, I'm gonna say goodbye to TikTok. Bye, TikTok. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. More Disco Elysium, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Tune in or don't. You know, I'm not your dad. Bye. Whew, those views are terrible. Close that. There we go. And yes, that's going to do it for me tonight. Like I said, tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Same bad time, same bad channel. I'll be doing more Disco Elysium. But for now, I'm going to go sleep. So, until next time, thank you, of course, for watching. And as always, stay safe, have fun, be kind, try your best out there. Bye-bye. Oh, stay fresh cheese bags. I forgot to say that part.